Good afternoon, everybody. How are we all? You have to forgive the the filter of. I've had to put one on because I've been up with my little boy for some time and I'm knackered and I look a little bit like a zombie, so I thought a filter might save you all the baggy eyes and anyway. That's not what I came here to talk about today. I'm quite pleased actually that this has come up, so I've seen it trending a lot on Instagram today, and I was kind of feeling bad about feeling how I felt about things. So, for those of you who've seen my post, you'll know that I am a cacaoista. So I've trained in working with cacao, and I love it. I really love it. It's such an amazing medicine to work with. The thing that caught my attention today, some of you may have seen it on Dragon's Den, real chap with his sacred cacao. And it got me to thinking, I was sat there and I thought, you know what, I don't really know how I feel about this. I don't think I feel okay with it. And so this connection is very poor today. I think the bad weather's, maybe I'm not supposed to be saying how I feel about this, or maybe I am supposed to be saying it. It's just challenging things on the ether. Who knows? But I wonder about commoditising a sacred medicine like this. And I wonder how much thought and process has gone into how much these dragons who've invested money into making money out of a sacred medicine understand the depths of the connection that can really be achieved when you work with her in integrity. And that makes me wonder even further about integrity in general, and then I start challenging myself. Should I be challenging this? Should I be saying anything? Should I be questioning? Should I be curious? And I'm trained to be curious, and so I'm coming at it from a questioning, curious perspective rather than a combative, no, you shouldn't do this, no, because obviously telling each other what we should and shouldn't do isn't actually very high service. But I've actually ordered some cacao from this guy. I haven't tried his. I was surprised to see it was so cheap. And the very nature of ceremonial grade cacao, if you've got a good one, you pay for it. You pay for the farmer's time, the farmer's land, the ceremony behind the cacao. So they have ceremonies when they plant the trees, when the first flowers come, when they harvest the pods. Everything is done by hand. It's very, very time-consuming, very energy-consuming. But the farmers of the cacao that I work with clearly love what they do and connect with what they do. I'd be interested to know where this particular cacao came from. I'm interested to try it. And I'm interested to see if my intuition is serving me or if I'm creating a story and a drama around this, because there is always a risk of that. There's a risk of attaching to titles, so there's a risk of me attaching to I'm a cacaoista. There's a risk of all of us attaching to all kinds of things, and that can skew our perspective. But there is a funny little niggle that's just kind of here somewhere, kind of going, oh, there's something uncomfortable there. And it's interesting as well because next week I'm going east on the medicine wheel, so we are working with fire and we are working with eagle and transcendence and the place of everything is and isn't, the place that can't really be taught, but somehow we're going to go in and we're going to learn together and we're going to grow together. And we're all having a lot of challenging thoughts coming up. Our group that we go in with, our tribe, our IU, I've noticed there's a lot of kind of energy coming up, including for me, and that's okay. I'm cool with that because I know if I take it in, there will be somebody there who can sit in space and work with it. So I'm wondering if this is triggering some of my stuff for the East. I'm pretty sure it probably is, and maybe that's maybe that's the medicine that Cacao's giving me at the moment. She's bringing some stuff up for me to work. I'm feeling quite prickly. I don't like corporate. I freely admit it. I do not like corporate. It doesn't sit well with me. But then we live in a society where we need to make a bit of money. So on one hand, fair play to him for putting himself out there with something that's so far removed really in nature and spirit from the world that these dragons are used to. And fair play to them for opening up to it and for being that open, and perhaps this is providing a bridge for them. So looking at all the possibilities as well. Perhaps this needed to happen, and perhaps maybe it's not supposed to be commoditised, but perhaps there is a bridge being built. So yes, I have been very interested in reading people's thoughts. Some people have been quite clear that they're not cool with it. I've had a lot of people messaging me, have you seen Dragon's Den? A lot of clients who come and buy Cacao, did you see? Isn't it great that, you know, it's getting out into the mainstream? It is and it isn't. The place of it is and it is not. That no man's land where everything is infinite and everything is possible. And that place where we can just sit and be. I've seen a lot of people abuse Cacao. I've seen people do things. Again, this could be my stuff. It didn't sit right with me. I saw one person offering it as a Christmas drink with Christmas spices, and I just thought, oh no, what are you doing? Again, could be my stuff. But I think we're very fortunate to have access to such an incredible medicine, and if we choose to work with it completely in integrity, it has a lot to offer us. From what I've heard, if you don't treat her with integrity, as always, she may not treat you with the greatest of kindnesses, but it's a lesson well learnt, hopefully. She's done nothing but show me kindness and support when I need it. She's helped my body physically, my joints, which became so painful I thought I might have to give up my career as an osteopath. Within a week of working with her more deeply, had resolved. I don't get headaches anymore. My guts are better. Everything about working with this medicine kind of screams yes in a really big way. But I just wonder about this Cacao that is so cheap. So if it's not cheap, it's affordable. And it should be affordable, but then when you know the processes and you know the time and effort that's gone into creating and cultivating and preserving, that's the word I'm looking for, preserving such an ancient medicine. And these heirloom species of Cacao, this is the thing, I wrote a piece about, for my studies when I was studying, the heirloom species of Cacao were the ancient species. That is the stuff you want to be working with. Those are the trees that give us the greatest medicine. And after the El Nino phenomenon, they brought in a whole load of hybrid varieties that were more resistant to fungus and fungal infections and could grow in direct sunlight and not kick up too much of a fuss and produce more Cacao. So again, it's all about money and more all the time. We have to have more, I want. And my piece was, I wanted to find out whether the health benefits of the hybrid cacao were the same as the heirloom species, and actually I could find nothing. There is, not that I'm aware of, there's no research that's yet been done. Some people, some chocolate connoisseurs said that the heirloom species tasted like, I think the word was acidic earth, which doesn't sound too pleasant to me. And of course the argument there is, oh, we don't need to spray pesticides, but then I know people who've been to the plantations where they grow both, and both heirloom and hybrid varieties are still sprayed with pesticides, and you think, well, that's not an integrity, that's not what this is about. It's so much deeper than that, and the mindfulness is gone. It's when it becomes about money, when we start focusing so much on money, does our mindfulness go? Does it become redundant? I don't know. I'm rambling. I know I'm rambling, but I think I feel quite strongly about this, and I felt that I needed to kind of join in without jumping on drama, but just kind of standing and saying there is a reason why really good quality ceremonial grade cacao costs what it does. There are many reasons why it costs what it does. And actually for the health benefits and the healing that she provides, I think actually we've got a pretty damn good deal. So I will try this other cacao if I feel called to. I'm going to sit with it without ingesting it. I'm going to hold her and see what she has to say. I may well do a video on it, but I know my cacao, I know my Spirit of the Valley cacao, and I think she is magnificent, and everybody I know who's tried many cacaos and tried this one absolutely loves it, and that's all I really want, is for people to know her, to share her. So it's not really about making money, it's about sharing her, and actually I get so much joy hearing people's feedback going, oh my god, this is so magnificent. I go, I know, it's just blooming brilliant stuff. So if that cacao doesn't sit well with my body, I'm not prepared to put something in my body that I'm not aligning to. So if that happens, then I will use that cacao for dispatcho and send it back to the earth. I need to do a dispatcho soon, actually, so I will. For those of you who don't know, dispatcho is a living prayer. I may well do a video on it one day. I've done a YouTube video on it, so check out The Way of the Hummingbird on YouTube if you haven't already. There are some videos up there. It's a fairly new channel, and I'm still learning tech and things, because that's another thing I don't like. But yeah, I have my thoughts, and I felt that I needed to share them and create some a space where people can come if they didn't already know about cacao and the process. Is just a quick overview of what goes on with really true fantastic quality. You can't get any better ceremonial grade cacao. So, and I'm really, so many of you have joined today. Like, this is the most people I've had on a live video. I don't do them often because I'm not very good at watching myself over, and I always ramble, and I'm always aware that I ramble. But I'm really pleased that so many of you have joined, and I hope that in you being here, I've definitely had something from that. So support, presence. You've all brought something, so I hope that maybe some of you have had thoughts on this as well. Maybe some of you have seen it on television and gone, oh, is that right? Or maybe you've been one of the people who's gone, oh, this is fantastic, and that's you know, like I said, fantastic that he's putting himself out there, and all power to him. But there are so many people who know this medicine so intimately who are saying this cannot true ceremonial grade cacao cannot be commoditised. It's just not possible, because it costs what it costs. to produce. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling now because I've said that about 10 times. I'm really grateful to all of you who are following, who are coming on the journey, and I always practice a bit of gratitude every day. So while I'm here, I'm going to do that. I've got my cacao with me at the moment. I am going to put my gratitude out there, and I'd really like to hear what you're all grateful for. So I am grateful today for the winds blowing all of the old away, and for the rain for irrigating that earth after it was frozen, for putting life back into it. I'm grateful for the earth that holds me, and I'm grateful for this body. While it's achy at the moment, I'm grateful for the aches and the pains because they remind me that I'm human. I'm grateful for this space that I'm in, this cabin. I'm grateful for Mama Cacao for teaching me so much. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the smell of new beginnings just starting to come in. I'm grateful for the stars and the moon. I'm grateful for those flowers that are brave enough to come out this time of year before all the other flowers do, just to remind us that there is life on the way, and that even though it's winter and everything's dark and quiet, there's life going on underneath the surface all the time. There's always something happening. I'm grateful for all the amazing artists in the world and all the people who dare to dance and dream. And I'm grateful for my own ability to dance and dream as well. There are so many other things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for all the things that I've forgotten. So many. What are you grateful for? I'd be interested to hear. And how are you going to spend your day being mindful? What are you mindful for? What does that mindfulness bring? Those quiet moments. Focusing on one thing and all the small things. And actually, I'm not going to go because I've just had a thought. I think what I would like to do is actually do a really quick meditation with cacao. For those of you who've worked with it before, you've probably already done this, but I have my cup of ceremonial grey cacao. And you're grateful for the snow and the snowflakes that touch my face. Oh, that's so magical. Do you know what? I wish we had more snow here sometimes. It's so beautiful. So my mindfulness with cacao, I'm going to smell it first. And I'm taking in every particle that I can, every particle of smell. And firstly, allowing that to inform my body and my energy field. So there's like it's almost like there's a field of flowers, like wild flowers, and as I breathe in, at the back of my nose, this field of flowers is just waking up. Just all the flowers are springing open all at once. And then there's like a warmth that spreads to my jaw, both sides, and down into my cheeks. And then my taste buds start to feel really alive. They start to kind of feel like they're ready. So I'm going to take a sip, and I'm going to allow the cacao to just sit on my tongue for a few seconds. Okay. So while you allow that cacao to sit on your tongue and just allow it to sit within your mouth, you can go inwards and you can start to think about your taste buds receiving the cacao. And then you can go a bit further and you can start thinking about the surface of your skin, the inside of your mouth, your cheeks, under your tongue, what's going on under the tongue. And then you can start to think about going inwards even further. So what are the individual cells like those little flowers opening up, those cells beginning to receive, beginning to fire up information, the nervous system pushing information around the body. What am I being told? What is the medicine today? So it's almost like when I have the cacao in my mouth, just sitting on my tongue, there's a very broad, round, deep, enriching presence to her. But as I hold her, everything aligns. So everything comes inwards, and then there's this straight up, and I end up here, my third eye. So this begins to open, which is really interesting. And then when I take her in, she then gently moves down here, around, and here. And she sits here for a minute. And if I was in a group of people right now, I kind of feel like I'd be wanting to tone, so wanting to find the note, that frequency that she's sitting at, that aligns with my own voice, but not my voice as I'm speaking, my inner voice. And then as she goes downwards more, she sits at my heart. And there's this great opening, this incredible, expansive opening, and it's like this golden ray, but not just gold, like the most delicate, ethereal gold. And with that, I feel like I'm able to expand this golden light from my heart, and just expand it to touch everything around me and everyone, but not in a creepy kind of way, and kind of like like more of a we are all connected kind of way. I'm a bit of a realist when I do this. I'm not very good at the white gowns and veils and things. Some people make this spiritual arc look so effortless. I think I'm a little bit more down to earth with the goats or something maybe, but that's kind of how she's speaking to me today, and tomorrow may be different. But today there's an align to your third eye. Allow that note of your voice to come through, that individual, this is you, this is your frequency, this is your vibration. Be there and be present and really feel it and hear it connect with it before you then bring it down to your heart. Once you know it, you can then put it out there. There you go. I had no prior thoughts to that, but that's quite profound for me. So that's just a little mindful exercise I do with Cacao when I'm on my own. I quite often just sit and smell her and just be with her and hold her in my hands. There's these cacao cups, which I am going to be making some of. Well, I'm going to get some made. There'll be more on that later in March. There's something about cradling cacao in your hands and holding her to your heart before you take her in. And interestingly, I'm not sure how well you're going to see this, but it's like there's a little angel in my cacao cup holding her hands and looking up to the sky. I don't know if any of you can see that, but that's just kind of shown itself to me. It might be the shadows, I'm not sure, but that's what I can see. So yeah, that's kind of a lot more than I was thinking I might share, and actually I'm glad that that's happened rather than me kind of going on about corporate stuff. That I don't want to end on that really. I'd much rather end on something that we can all possibly benefit from. So yeah, I'm really glad that you've all joined me. I'm going to go. I've got about an hour. I've got admin-y things that I've got to do now, but I'm osteopathying again today, so I'm being an osteopath and a reflexologist later. So, but I always feel like I need to just pop in on my way of the hummingbird social media just to sort of stay connected with all of you. So yes, thank you to those who have joined us today, and thank you, Just BKP. I haven't got my glasses on. I'm really sorry. I hope I got that right. Thank you so much. It's just really nice to connect and just really nice to be not unique. What's the word I'm looking for? When you're completely yourself, you know what I mean. Like when you can just be you. So I'll do more. You know, if you guys want more of these, we can kind of. I can't promise every day, but I can certainly nip on when I'm having my cacao and do the cacao mindfulness every day, if that's something that might speak to you. And obviously I'll share them on Instagram afterwards and my YouTube channel. So authentic, thank you. That's the word. Just be authentic. Always, always. Above everything else, be authentic, be you. Because that's the most magnificent thing you can do, right? Yeah. Yes, so if any of you want to, I know I just said I don't want to do corporate, but I do sell it at cost pretty much. If any of you want to try Spirit of the Valley Cacao, there will be a website at some point coming when it comes. A few people have collected it from me, a few people have DM'd me, and I have posted it to them, and the feedback I've had has been really good. So if any of you are feeling called to try, called to work with a different cacaos, I know this one's not ever so common, it's one of the less common ones, but to me I can't bring myself to go anywhere else with it. I just want to stay with this cacao now. It works so well for me. But if you feel called to try, then do let me know. If any of you want to have a ceremony, I'm based Portsmouth, UK, just north of, so south coast. Have car wheel travel within reason. Or I mean, I have a cabin. It's kind of a double thing. It's like an osteopathy cabin, but I do push my couch to one side, and we do ceremonies. But there will be a couch in here with I'll put some blankets or something on it. Or come the summer, of course, outdoor ceremonies. There's a beautiful river quite close to here, and I really want to do one there. So lots of options. If you feel called to message me, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, please. I like to hear from people, and I like to share, and that's what we're meant to do, is share. Well, we're not meant to do it, but we ought to share. It's nice to share. So yes, that is the end of my live now. I'm actually going, if I can. Yes, there we go. I had a notification on my phone which keeps coming back. Go away, don't want to know about my boiler. And now someone's messaging me. So yes, lots of information which I didn't plan on sharing, but I'm really glad that you all stuck with me, and I'm glad that I was able to share. And I'm wishing you all a magnificent, beautiful, joyous, dreamy day, and you all look after yourselves, and I'm sure we'll meet again soon. Bye everyone.